right, this is it. Well, I mean, I don't want to make this too cliche, but I think you guys get the point at this point. Like, massive thank you to all of you guys that have supported me. Doesn't matter when you started supporting me, but I do appreciate you guys a ton. Like, this is the type of milestone that I never thought I would reach. Like, as cliche as that sounds, but like, I don't think you guys understand. Back when I was making those FIFA videos, COD videos, like way back in the day, like 10 years ago, I've been doing YouTube for 10 years. Me doing those videos, I had very low hopes of even hitting 1,000 subscribers, but I saw the vision. I knew it was gonna happen one day. I just didn't know how or when. So I just casually put in the time, casually put in the effort to make videos. I enjoyed it. It was amazing. And throughout all of these years, we have hit 10,000 subscribers. I am officially a 5-digit on YouTube, which little OSU reference there. There are so many of you guys that I want to give shoutouts to. I feel like I can't just fit that into one video. So over on my Twitch channel in the panels below, I'm gonna make a dedicated spot just for shoutouts. So I'm just gonna put your guys' names on there. Maybe I can have like a little description of like why you guys are there, but I'm just gonna put your guys' names on there as like a little shout out. I'll try to put it in like alphabetical order, but I think it'll be a pretty cool thing. But thank you guys so much for the support. It truly does mean a lot. And if you want to see more Trove content, I'm just gonna put like clips, mainly stuff that wouldn't make it to the main channel, because my main channel is just primarily guides and stuff like that, some tips. Sometimes I wander off to other things. And as for the channel, I want to make it like a debunking type thing. So like, if you guys watch my diss track, I can go over pretty much each thing there. I can go over some controversial topics or pretty much anything. I can just be like more myself. So those of you CashinClean haters out there, you can go to that channel and hate over there. Just leave my guides and stuff alone. But if you do want to critique me, then that's also cool. I'm open to suggestions. This time I want to give a shout out to you, KO. I'm not sure if you're watching this video, maybe you are, but massive shout outs to you. Your support means a lot, and I'm hoping at least my content is entertaining enough for you. I shall always be your 24/7 support if you ever need some help on Trove or something. Although sometimes I sleep, so maybe pretty close to 24/7. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on to the Q&A. Face reveal for 10k. Yo, I got you, Sparky. So I guess here we go. This is my face reveal. I don't know if this is what you guys expected. Sorry, the camera's over here, but I have to look over here. Either way, I don't know if I ruined your guys' expectations, but here I am. But yeah, let's just continue with the Q&A here. A Dawson, what chair do you use? Shout out to Toph. This is the chair that I have over here. I'll just kind of show you guys this way. It kind of shows up on camera, but it's one of those foldable chairs from Costco. So it's pretty cool. Gets the job done. Not like super comfortable or anything, but it's all right. Do you drive? If yes, what do you drive? I'll show you guys exactly what I drive. For the grand reveal, this is it right here. No, I'm just kidding. This is it right here. If you guys are wondering, every rank 1 player gets one of these. This is why Game Go is kind of struggling with the updates a little bit, so there's like about 20 of them. You guys probably won't hear how loud it is, but if we just turn the car on, little pops right there, so pretty cool. What is your favorite anime if you watch any? My all-time favorite is Attack on Titan. Like, that by far is the best anime ever created. If I had a top 3, it's gonna be kind of tough. Maybe I can do a top 5, but I'd say Attack on Titan for sure. Then I want to do Naruto, Erased, Death Note, and then I haven't finished it yet, but I want to go Demon Slayer. So that's my top 5. Let me know what your favorite animes are in the comments down below. Lenny over here says, how many playtime hours do you have in Trove on your main account? So I guess I'll just hop on Trove and show you guys real quick. All right, so we're on Trove over here. So if I go ahead and do /played, as you can see, we are at 203 days, 20 hours, 32 minutes, and 42 seconds. If you guys want to do the calcs for the hours for that portion, then I guess go ahead. On Steam, it said I had 2,500 hours. I don't know if that's included in this, about 2,500, but I do have a lot of hours on Trove. I don't know if that's less or more than what you expected, but there you guys go. What are your PC specs? So I'm just gonna put up a list over here on the screen so you guys can check it out over here. I did actually just get my CPU replaced because there was an issue with it. Luckily, they were able to send one to me for free. Big Slime asking, are you a slime? I've actually always wanted to be on the Nickelodeon slime thing, but I guess never worked out. I didn't really live in California. I'm pretty sure that's where it happened, but I couldn't meet the cast of Victorious or iCarly, so I guess maybe one day, who knows. Bongo with the question of, do you have any tips to people that don't know what to do after school? I'm really out of high school and I'm really nervous. So the biggest thing is that in high school, you probably met a few friends, or maybe a lot of friends, kind of just depends. Of all those friends, you're probably gonna have a few close ones, and that is okay. And even if you don't have any, that is okay. this is the part of your life where you have to focus on, sorry, I should be talking over here. You should be focusing on yourself. So if you have to take the time to figure out what you want to do that. Like, because once you're in college, you're kind of locked in. Like, that's what you got to do. And hopefully you enjoy that. Because if you don't enjoy it, you might switch careers, you might waste money on whatever it is that you're trying to do. And something that people don't really consider is community college. It's cheaper. If it's accessible to you, go for it. I'd say why not? Because then you can do 2 years there and then transfer all of your stuff over to a bigger college. And while you're doing all of that, find something that you enjoy. Like, that's pretty cliche. Everyone always talks about that, but that's kind of what you want to go for. I didn't know what I wanted to do in college. I was going to go for computer science, maybe like software development or something like that. That wasn't something I was going to be good at. I didn't really enjoy it. I did a little bit of coding, some classes with that. I did really bad because I missed like one day of class and I just fell really far behind, and I just didn't have the motivation to actually go for that degree. So I went with something else. I went with multimedia. Luckily the credits transferred over. Everything kind of worked out. Multimedia, so I got to do video editing, some animation stuff, Photoshop, things like that. There's something out there for you. You just have to figure out what it is, and the biggest thing is enjoy it. Now, this might sound crazy, like everyone's always like, yo, go touch grass, go hang out with friends, stuff like that. That's cool and all, but like, think about this in the long run. You're gonna go out with friends, you're gonna go drink, you're gonna go party, you're gonna do all these crazy things, you're gonna ruin your life, kinda, I guess. I guess it's good experiences, so I guess you get to do that, you get to make connections. That's always good to do, so I recommend doing that. But think about it this way. Every weekend, you go out with friends, you go party, you go drinking, you're spending a ton of money. That money can go to college, that can go to books, that can go to your future house, future car, future wife. So really plan out these things. Don't just blow away your friends just because I told you not to hang out with them. You can still hang out with them, but do so responsibly. Like, know your limits. Don't do anything too crazy. If you quit Trove, you're gonna get pregnant, so don't do that. Unless that's your future goal. I don't know. I don't really know what you guys want to do. But that's gonna be my biggest thing for when you get out of high school. And the cool thing about college is that you're gonna be with like-minded people doing the same thing that you enjoy. Spade Suit says, I have 46k PR and I still don't know how gardening is supposed to work. Help, cute dog, by the way. Yo, thank you. Shout out to dog. Alright, if you're 46k power rank and you haven't touched gardening, that is insane. Gardening is something you usually do as like a mid-game player. You can even do it as an early game player if you have some plants lying around, because people usually throw bobble pods. But I guess, I don't know if this is a serious question or not, but gardening, you can pretty much pick anything from the marketplace because there's a ton of seeds on there. Just be careful because you could get trade banned. Just, you know your limits pretty much, and you can just begin planting them. I guess I could make an updated gardening guide. I think Beijing mentioned that he was going to do something related to that, so if he is, I'll leave it to him. If not, then maybe I can make an updated gardening guide. But the idea is just plant stuff, and then if you have golden watering cans, use that because then you get extra harvests, so that means extra resources depending on what you planted, and hopefully that helps. Passion with an X 162 question, how did you discover about Trove? So back in 2016, I used to play a ton on console. I didn't really have a good PC at all. Like, I had a PC, but it just wasn't good. I don't even think it had a graphics card, and I was just looking for new games to play. My friend and I were just kind of sitting there going through the PlayStation store wondering what we can play, and while scrolling through there I found a game called Trove. I went through a few other games first. Luckily those games didn't work out, but I discovered Trove through the free games of the month, which is crazy because Trove is already free to play. Well, I'll say free to play in quotes because if you guys know, you know. But I found it on the store, I played it. It was really fun, but also really confusing, which I'm sure you guys know. If you started Trove, it might seem fun, but it's like a lot of it is kind of confusing. It's pretty overwhelming. So I played it, my friend and I played it. He always wanted to go for some crazy mounts. I thought I was always falling behind, but then he ended up quitting. And we played it a ton. We did Shadow Towers. That was like the most fun I've ever had in Trove, or just like any game in a long time. Like, we grinded that game a ton. We tried to do our weeklies. Everything about the game was just so fun. The nostalgia for the music was just, everything was amazing. And then eventually he quit. I played for a little bit. I had a group for Shadow Towers. It seemed fun, but then it just got too grindy. It just wasn't for me anymore. So I quit on console. Then I came back in 2019 on PC. And I only came back because a few of my friends were like, yo, this game called Trove. I was like, hey, I remember that game. So I played it with them, they quit, I continued playing, and here we go, here we are like 5-6 years later, still creating guides for Trove. Animus with a question, are you able to earn money with YouTube yet? If so, do you think you'll ever be able to do full-time and quit your job? So on YouTube, I do earn money. It's a lot of money, but it's not enough money to quit my job. Like, nowhere close to being enough. And my job does not pay anywhere enough either, so I have to live with my parents, so I can't talk super loud. And then I usually stream at super late hours, which is pretty convenient for EU players, sometimes Australia players, and for NA times I stream super late, so you probably won't see me streaming as much. But I'm super grateful that I actually do make money from YouTube, because when I first started on YouTube, I was making like 2 cents sometimes. Like, it was crazy. Like, I was making absolutely zero money. I think it was about 3 years ago when I actually started making money, and it wasn't all the time, because if you don't know, YouTube, you have to meet a certain threshold, and if you don't meet that threshold, then you don't get paid that month, and it's monthly basis. So sometimes I would get paid, sometimes I wouldn't, and it's the same with Twitch. But either way, I would love to quit my job and do YouTube full-time, but I guess only time will tell. Maybe Trove will take off. I am gonna do other channels, so stay tuned for that, in case you guys want to see more CashinClean content. The Valley Girl 1981. LMAO game's dead and you but don't promote the game? I don't? Listen here, Valley Girl, I but will promote the game, and I'll do it better than what Trove ever could. Hey, I have an image on my phone. I was wondering if you guys would be able to print some extra copies of it. Alright, we got the goods. Now all we gotta do is put this in high traffic areas, and we should be set. Alright, listen guys, if Trove's not gonna do it, someone's got to. So I guess let's find some good spots to put this. Alright, there we go. How's it going?
Feeling good yourself?
Pretty good. Great. Could I get a...
Oh, that's not a problem.
Thank you, Austin. And also, quick question. Just as like a little thing I was doing, could we put this somewhere nearby or no?
Yeah, I got something we can do for a little bit.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, like anywhere feels good to you.
Okay, we'll just do that. Yeah, the game developers aren't advertising the game, so I had to...
I swear I've seen that before too. I thought that was a while ago.
Oh, you saw it? Alright guys, mission accomplished. He took the paper. We'll see what other high traffic areas we can go to. Also, can we just talk about how chill that guy was? He was a W man. I'm pretty sure he thought this was like actually legit. He did not question this like at all. I didn't expect him to take the paper. You know, I had to put it in a Starbucks. That's like a lot of people go there for their coffee. We're just gonna find some high trafficking areas. So I already have one in mind, maybe two in mind. Without further ado, let's head over there. Alright, we got our first location. There we go. Stands out. Alright, with the Switch 2 coming out, this is like a given. Look at that.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's good. I'll just leave that there. There we go. Next mission, Pokemon cards. Alright guys, mission accomplished. We got, I think it was about 6 flyers. There were a couple people and a couple workers that were a little sussed out, and I'm not even surprised. I was just like circling around, putting it in the Pokemon aisle and the video game aisle. But regardless, we got it. Mission has been completed there. Next, we're gonna head to a different area, and hopefully we can get some flyers out there. Not gonna lie, that was pretty nerve-wracking. There's like other people there. I wanted to be like very discreet about it. Also, there's some lady at the AT&T booth. I'm surprised she didn't approach me. I walked by her like a few times. Thought she was gonna try to sell me something. I was gonna pull the Uno reverse card if she was gonna sell me something. I was just gonna hand her a flyer, but I don't know. Either she was shy or she was like, oh, this kid probably doesn't have any money or something like that. I don't know. Either way, let's head on to the next destination. Alright, that one was a little bit more tough because they actually have security. This final one, probably gonna go in the food store. While you're eating, you can play some Trove. Wait, did you put this here by any chance? There's a piece of paper here. The QR code. Alright, that got very awkward, but we ended up doing it. Man, that was rough. There was a couple people, it was like 2 women. They're like, I don't know, I guess they just like looked at my phone, which was really weird considering I had a piece of paper over it, like the flyer that was being advertised. Had that over my phone, and they're like, oh, he's recording. I'm like, wait, what? Like, how the heck do you know? But yeah, dude, the guy I talked to in there, nobody just gave a reaction, so I just left it there. But yeah, somebody's gonna find those flyers from each location, and hopefully we get some people that play Trove from that. I mean, that's the goal. Game Ago couldn't do it, so that's why I had to step in. But yeah, the guy I wanted to get the reaction from was just like, he just didn't say anything. He stared at me and just walked down the aisle. So I was like, alright, whatever, man. I'm gonna pretend to get this QR code and leave. Dude, I wonder what the people are gonna think when they see that. They probably think it's an actual thing. Like people think I was serious with that, but I mean it's a clear joke, but pretty good advertising, I'd say. I'd say that should be able to get a couple people. It's probably the Starbucks person, so shout outs to that person. That's a W, man. Well, what do we have here? I'm not sure who's driving that, but shout outs to you. But yeah, regardless, man, that was a wild adventure. I definitely did not want to have my name on that flyer, because then just in case somebody was to actually play Trove because of that, they would know my identity, so we can't have that. But I really wish I could get like the workers' reaction when they just see the piece of paper there. They're probably just gonna throw it away or something, but I think it'd be funny if just like random people just walk by it and they're like, oh, what's this? Like people are gonna think it's an actual thing, like people are gonna think it's serious. But I don't know, I think overall we did a pretty good job of advertising. I mean, I did tell you, I will promote the game. Maybe next time I'll have to put Trove on a billboard. Alright, there is one more thing I do want to show you guys, and it is inside this briefcase, so let's go ahead and open this up. Alright, you guys ready for this? So let's do a little open on both sides. And if we just remove these blue eyes white dragons real quick. As you guys can see, I made a checklist back when I was around like 50 subscribers. So I got that little checklist for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. You guys have to remember, this was like 10 years ago that I made this. Alright, well, time to do the honors. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but 10,000 subscribers. We can do a little check. And there we go. That's it right there. 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for that. I'm not sure if there's 100,000 people on Trove, but you know, I wrote it. Maybe it'll happen one day, so we'll see what happens.